All right, today we're talking about the quadratic equation, which, just a reminder, is x equals negative b, sometimes called the opposite of b. So negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2 times a. So these red parts here are what we're going to have to fill in once we find our a, b's, and c's from our problem. So let's try this one. Okay. This first one, our a, b, and c are 3, -1, and -6. All right, so if I think about what I need to fill in here, the opposite of my b, if my b is -1, it's going to be a positive 1. All right, and then b squared, well, -1 times itself is -1 times -1, it's a positive 1. -4, fill in my a and my c as 3 and -6. Okay, that's all divided by 2 times a. A again is 3, so I'll fill it in like that. Then what we're going to have to do is underline. I'm going to underline this part here that we're going to have to do in a calculator. So let me grab mine. And if I type it in just like it looks, we have 1 minus 4 parentheses, or times 3 times -6. I hit enter and I get 73. Right? And that's going to go in my next couple of steps underneath the square roots. All right? Out front, I still have a 1, again, in each of these first few steps. And then I can do this part in my head. 2 times 3 is 6. That's going down below. Now, the reason I filled it in for all these subsequent steps here is because plus or minus, we don't have that button on our calculator. It's not there. So you're going to have to do one that is a plus and one that is a minus. And there's a little trick to it. So let's type it in exactly like it looks here, but we're going to put the top in parentheses. So if I look at this part here, it's going to be parentheses 1 plus, and then when I hit the square root button, it opens up another set of parentheses. All right? So then I put in 73, because I want the square root of 73, and then I'm going to close both those parentheses. So I have 2 closed parentheses in a row. All right? Then I want it all divided by 6. Okay? All divided by 6. So if I type that in, again, just like it looks, parentheses 1 plus the square root of 73, close both those parentheses, divide by 6, gives me 1.591. 1.591. But I need 2 answers. So a little trick here is if you have this type of calculator, you can hit the up button. All right, and that's going to go back to this top part here, right? Kind of like what we're going to fill in. So instead of a 1 plus, now my second one, I need a 1 minus. So I'm going to scroll over to the plus, change it to be a minus, and then hit enter, let the calculator do all the hard work, and the second answer is negative 1.257. Negative 1.257. So my 2 answers here in red are 1.591 and negative 1.257.